Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We are back and got another interview from the Sigma Chi crew. This one is Wesley Rebeck. I haven't seen the interview yet, or listened to it yet. So all of my reactions are going to be truly and honestly genuine. I don't know if there's some sort of bombshell. Uh, I don't, I don't know. It's 36 minutes, so grab your popcorn, grab your cotton candy, grab your Oreo cookies, and a nice beverage, and let's go on this ride. I'm Dylan Hildreth. This is Hildreth Investigates. All right, without further ado, what does good old Wesley have to say? This is just about 3 days after the murders.
Okay, it's December 16th, 2022. This is Detective Sergeant Mike Van Leuven. We're at the District 1 ISP office. I'm here interviewing Wesley, who is a Sigma Chi Pledge Class member with Ethan, and it is 1:32 p.m. So, tell me the first time that you met Ethan.
It would have been after Rush, so I think that was like late summer, and everyone got brought to the house, and everyone went over to the Whites, and I don't really remember like introducing myself so much. I don't remember like exactly how we kind of met.
What was your impression of him when you first met?
When we first met, maybe a little bit more cocky than he kind of became less cocky after a while, and maybe at first I didn't think he was as cool, but then after a while he seemed more chill.
That's interesting. We haven't heard that one yet. That one's different.
What do you mean when you say that you thought he was cocky?
I don't know, just almost to me he just gave off this like he had like a little bit more of like a badass attitude, but like I don't really remember. He was always just like a big, like a little bit more like crazy when I first met him, like partier, and then once he like met Xana and got a girlfriend and everything, he was kind of more chill.
That doesn't make sense because according to everybody else, Xana is the exact opposite. Therefore, he would go more to partying, crazy, quote unquote, craziness. So I already find that very.
So it doesn't sound like you were really friends with him much.
Not like I never really hung out with him too much. Kind of just knew him and be in the same apartment and drink together and whatnot. But
so, did you not like him because you thought he was cocky?
I wouldn't say I didn't like him. I just didn't get along with him as well at first.
That's fair.
That was the first attempt at a got you in this entire case. And it's on a random Sigma Chi brother who has nothing to do with this. Like, what the hell? Those gotcha questions needed to be coming that day. Like, my God.
Yeah.
What sorts of things would he say or do that made you not really get along with him? Do you remember some incident?
I wouldn't say I didn't get I wouldn't say we didn't get along. It's just we weren't like, yeah.
What is this dude's? What is this officer's thing? Like he's like trying to hammer down on this kid. Like, what did you do that What does he do that made you didn't like him? Uh, what do you mean we didn't talk? Like, wh where was this officer for Jack DeCour and Dylan Martinson and Bethany Funk? You got Hunter Johnson with a knife on the scene, in the crime scene, and "Oh, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna have to answer some questions, but it's gonna be okay. Uh, you want us to get your caviar for you?" Or with Wesley, it's like, "Oh, you didn't like him? Oh, interesting. Well, why didn't you like him?" Like, what the hell? Oh my god.
Not really sure how to answer that. Like, I don't know. I'm just not super close to him, so I don't really.
Well, people are drawn to different people depending on their personalities, and everybody's different. And
Right.
your group of friends generally are people that are sort of like you, and so I'm just trying to figure out what about him, rubbed you the wrong way.
I guess he was a little loud at first, and there was just a couple like little incidents where people got a little mad at him over it, and then over time he kind of chilled out and never caused any problems.
What were the incidents where people got mad at him?
This is a whole different side of Ethan that we're being told. We were told by the previous 3, 4. He's like this perfect angel. And here we go, Wesley, out here just with like some push from the officer, which I'm not really mad that he's pushing, but where the hell was this with Dylan and Bethany and uh and Jack D, Jack Showalter, like everybody that was in that inner circle? Where was that push? Like this officer, I don't remember who it was, but like he's actually going in on this kid. Holy Nikes!
It was an incident where it was Parents' Weekend, and I guess this is like one of.
Is this the picture with the mom?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about that.
Don't know a ton about it, but there's just someone, I don't know who took the picture or anything. There's just him like propped up with his leg, like, and someone's mom was laying on the couch, and he was just kind of looked a little dirty, I guess.
So how'd that go? Did somebody say something right away, or did they like to pull him aside and talk to him after the fact, or who confronted him?
I think it was a different member that someone showed all the pictures, and then one guy saw it, and then he showed that guy's whose like mom it was, and then I think he probably confronted him, and he was really angry about that. I remember. Never like physically angry, but he was like yelling.
Okay, so the next question is, who was it? It's what it should be. So let's see if he's actually digging or he just lets this one go.
Who was that?
There you go.
That would have been the he's our pretty sure it was her.
Did he say president?
Yelling.
Who was that?
That would have been the he's our pretty sure it was her.
I think he said he's our president. President. Who is president of Sigma Chi? That is interesting.
this was quite a long time ago. This was pretty soon after I first met him, I think.
So did that affect your opinion of him, or?
For a little bit. Everyone was kind of a little angry at him for it, but after a while, everyone kind of forgot about it. It wasn't a big deal.
Okay, you said there was a couple of incidents. Besides that one, what was the other one?
I said, I don't think there's any other incidents. It's the only one I can really think of.
The fight at the club the night of the murder. Can we get to that?
Okay, other than that,
Nope.
Can you think of anybody within the house that had any confrontation with Ethan?
I really can't.
Whoever was fighting him the night of the murder.
Ethan was a pretty chill guy. He was well liked by pretty much everyone, other than that one time. After that, there was really no issues or anything. So yeah, I can't really think of anyone that had any sort of problems with him.
So one of the purposes of this interview is to try to think about, and so what I'm asking you questions as we go through. So each of us in our lives, we have different circles of people around us, right? So we have our immediate family, and then we have maybe friends at school, and then maybe we have people at church, or maybe we have a job and we have people we work with at the job, or even customers we come into contact with.
Right.
And so, the people that are over here may not know the people that are over here, because they're separate pockets of people, separate buckets of people that we have in our lives.
Right.
So what I'm looking for are what you know about each of those buckets of people, and maybe a bucket of people we don't even know about, because he had a job, or he had a hobby, or he had something he went to that nobody else knows about but you. Does that make sense? And you never know if you're going to be the person that knows that.
Gotcha.
I know you don't think you are.
I don't think I am.
But let's just go through the drill here.
Let's go through the motions. We know you don't have an answer, but let's go through the motions anyway. Make it look good. Oh.
About his family, did you know his parents?
I did not. No, I never really saw him up until recently.
Did he ever talk about growing up?
Not necessarily growing up. You'd talk about maybe stuff you did back home, like water skiing or something like that.
What did he talk about water skiing?
Just how fun it is, or him and they would try and get us to come up to his family. So he'd talk about going up there. Or...
Did he talk about working up there?
Did they literally just redact his words, his family's, house? What the Why?
I more so heard from about working up there, but yeah, they both would talk about.
Why? Why is this redacted?
Yeah.
Was that a good experience? Was that something?
I tell you what, if we had a judge in this case that had any sort of cojones and wasn't corrupt as the day is long, the state of Idaho would be held in contempt for these redactions.
Think they were going to try to do again in the future, or?
If I remember, it sounded like
Here we go.
they would talk about it in a positive way, I would say.
So you knew,
Yeah.
obviously, and you knew later.
Yeah.
Why are we redacting Hunter and Maisie? Why?
How was she?
Seriously?
So school, what were his attitudes, his behavior about school?
Well, he didn't get the best grades first couple semesters, so he wasn't. Because of that, I would say he wasn't the best, hardest worker in school or anything. But he seemed to be doing a lot better this semester. Not exactly sure how his grades were, but he did seem to be doing better. As far as working harder.
And as that was because he was trying to work his way to get back in the house, you think?
Yeah. He spent most of his time at the house. He was almost never at his apartment.
Had you ever gone to his apartment?
I had never, no.
No. Did he ever talk about having problems with anybody over there?
No. He never said how he had any problems.
Yeah, he did. You told on yourself there, Wes. What's going on, Wes? Tell Uncle Dylan what's going on.
He kind of said the place looked a little sketchy, I remember one time. But never said any problems or anything.
Where did he spend his time mostly?
Mostly spent his time at the house that Xana and all them lived at. Spent a lot of time there. Spent a lot of time in, I don't know if you guys have interviewed or interrogated. He spent a lot of time with
These are easy interviews.
He spent a lot of time in the apartment. I'd walk in there sometimes and he'd be usually playing Xbox.
Down 10.
I do find that interesting, the little pushback on interrogation. They have not conducted a single interrogation to this point with obvious suspects, from Dylan to Bethany to Jack DeCour. They were all interviews, quote unquote. Weird.
I think that's 10, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the one-mans.
Did you see him going to class on campus?
I never personally saw him because I never would have had classes with him.
Okay.
Because I'm a different degree than him and all that. So.
What's your major? What's his major?
What was his? His is... I'm not sure, actually. Probably business, if I remember right.
For the record, I have no idea what his major was. If you do know, please put in the comments.
Did he have any odd personal habits? Anything that stood out? Did he wear weird clothes or...
Odd personal habits. Not really. I guess he was he ate a lot of fast food and I know he... I can't think of any.
How about money? Did you ever have any issues with money?
I knew that him and...
Excuse me, what?
So I don't think he really, he never had, a lot of money, of his own money in college, so he didn't have, a ton of spending money, but he would have money for food and stuff.
So money wasn't an issue?
No.
But he didn't flaunt that he had money either? Didn't really buy expensive things or whatever?
No, he didn't.
Why?
So, how did he spend his time? Just either playing games or over at 1122? Did he have any other activities where he would leave the area? Any classes over in Pullman or any hobbies or jobs that took him off campus?
Not that I know of. I don't think he played any intramurals. I'm not sure if he played maybe some intramurals, some sports like basketball. Yeah, it's like mostly video games.
And again, I'm gonna ask, and I asked this on Dago's channel, True Crime Cafe with Dago. Where's the Xbox at Xana's? If he's spending a significant amount of time at Xana's, there's gonna be an Xbox there. So, where is it?
What kind of video games?
You play Fortnite, I think Overwatch, played a ton of Rocket League, maybe Call of Duty. Those are the games I know of.
Did you play online with other people?
Yeah.
Do you know if you played with people that were out of the house, that were aware, maybe childhood friends or anything back home?
I'm not sure about that.
How about like his cell phone? Did he excessively use his cell phone, or didn't really use it much, or how would you characterize that?
I would say he used his phone quite a bit.
Did he use, to your knowledge, did he use any apps that were unusual?
Nothing that I know of.
I would need an elaboration on that. What do you mean apps that are unusual? WhatsApp, maybe? Signal? Something like that? That be considered unusual? I guess. I think I answered my own question there.
If you guys were communicating with each other using your phones, how would you do that?
Snapchat.
Did you notice any changes in his behavior recently? Changes in attitude?
I really didn't, no. I didn't really notice anything different about him.
Any life changes?
So,
name his three best friends.
I would say probably Hux, and then I would say probably Kyle, maybe, and then he had a lot of friends.
I understand Peter had a prior relationship with Xana. Is that right?
Him and Xana are pretty good friends. There might have been something there, I don't know.
Well, there was something there. I'm just wondering if you ever saw any animosity between the two of them over that.
No.
Him and Peter?
No, they would usually all hang out together and as a big friend group.
Okay.
Curious about this Peter guy. Who's this Peter guy? I don't know if I missed it during my sabbatical when I wasn't following the case, when it was just a bunch of court motions that turned out to be a little bit more important. But yeah, I'm quite interested. I'm a bit interested in this Peter guy.
Yeah.
So I know this is a weird question. I know I think you already answered this no, but I'm going to ask it again. Was there any instance where Ethan ever discussed or displayed fear, concern, or discomfort about a particular person or situation?
Good job reading the script there, bud. Good job.
No, I really can't think of any.
Had he ever been in a physical altercation with anybody?
Never at U of I at least.
So nobody knows about the fight that happened at the party that they were at. Nobody. Interesting.
Is there anybody that he particularly didn't like that he wouldn't want to be around?
I'm not really sure. He was usually pretty chill with whatever Xana was kind of doing, so I don't think he usually tried to be pretty nice to everyone. Never tried to start anything.
Did any other girls have a romantic interest in him that you know of? Was there some other girl that wanted to date him?
That wanted to date him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think there's any.
To your knowledge, was he ever unfaithful with Xana?
He seemed to be pretty faithful.
What about her with him? Did she ever cheat on him?
I don't think so.
What about other guys that were interested in Xana? Ex-boyfriends, anything like that?
I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know about any of her ex-boyfriends. I don't know if she had any in college or not.
We just got done talking about one. What do you mean you don't know? Come on, dude.
As long as I knew her, she never had a boyfriend until Ethan.
Now I really want to know this Peter guy.
And you said earlier that you knew Xana. Did you know her from up here?
No, I knew her from college. I actually found out that, she was from and all that from...
after the fact?
Yeah, after the fact.
Why are we redacting where Xana is from? What the Why?
Okay, fair enough. Did he have any off-campus or activities? Did he have any hobbies? Was there a particular store that he liked to go to? Was there anything that he did that took him off campus?
Asked and answered. He doesn't know. Wonder this freaking thing is 36 minutes. We're going back around the circle.
Drives to go get fast food or...
Is there someplace off campus besides 1122 that you knew that he hung out or went to frequently?
Like another off-campus house, maybe.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Someplace where...
Not very often. Maybe one of the other houses on King Street or...
White's or whatever?
White's, yeah.
Okay. Any other house off campus in particular that you knew that he went to? Or just in general you assumed that he went to them?
I don't remember whose house it was, but it's right up the road from here. So it would have been King Road. So it would have been somewhere up here around, and I think it was one of Xana's friends' houses.
Do you remember her name?
It could have been a girl named House.
Ashley?
I wonder if it was her house.
Ashley? I know there's an Ashley around this thing.
Yeah, I think I live there.
And you're pointing down here to where
Taylor Street. Why is this all redacted?
So this is the whites. So it would have been farther up, I think.
farther up,
Yeah,
just right off or back in.
pretty much. Yeah, just right off of it. It wasn't down another street. It was on this street.
Why is this all getting redacted? This is ridiculous.
Had you ever gone out and hung out at 1122
Yeah,
over here? Had you gone and hung out at the 1122 house?
yeah, quite a bit.
Quite a bit. How many times in the last year would you say that you've been there?
Well, so they had it this semester, probably 10 times maybe.
And were there other guys that were there?
Yeah.
What other guys were there?
Redactions incoming.
It was usually, so a lot of guys in our house, and then I didn't know a ton of the other guys because they were from other houses. Like a lot of them were Delts. A lot of Delts hung out there.
Anybody besides Delts? Any other fraternity?
It was mostly basically just Delts.
Did you know them?
I knew of them.
So here's the Delt roster. If you can just kind of go down that roster and just spit names at me of people that you knew that you'd seen there.
Johnny on the spot with the Delts roster.
I think I saw him a couple times.
What's that last name?
See him there, yes or no?
I think it was. Has anyone? There was one Delt member that was. I don't remember his name, but he got into like a little altercation with one of our members, and I'd see him there sometimes, and nothing ever turned physical or anything.
You don't remember who that is?
I think it might have been.
Ooh. Sounded like it could be a Luke. I heard like the L sound before they unlawfully redacted it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
the Greek wall of silence? Don't know. I don't know. And I don't know.
I think I don't see his name on it. Yeah, I guess I can't remember.
What did he look like?
He had curly blonde hair. He was probably about 5'9", some pretty bulky dude.
Okay.
But there was never any incidents where anything actually happened or anything got serious or anything.
So at the 1122 house, there were no fights you observed or anyone getting kicked out for behavior issues or anything?
Never when I went there. It was usually everyone kept their chill. Nothing ever happened. Or a situation like that really went down.
Did any of the girls over there ever complain about guys either being followed or guys hassling them or unwanted advances or anything like that?
I never heard anything about that,
Come on, let's get to the juicy
We
ones.
keep hearing this stalking allegation getting thrown around. Do you know anything about the girls complaining of being stalked?
I've heard about that too. I really have no clue about anything about them getting stalked.
Okay.
This is like the whole stalking thing. I'm not saying I don't believe it, but it's mighty convenient.
Where were you when you heard that this had happened?
I would have been in my room, which is I found out I don't know what time, probably 12 or 1. One of my roommates told me about it, and
It's 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. on Sunday?
yeah, something like that.
That's a quick turnaround.
And what did you understand? What did you understand had happened?
So to begin, I woke up that morning, probably about 10 or something, and I was with a girl, and so we went and got food. And so I came back, I park at,
Attaboy.
What girl were you with?
She goes to WSU.
Okay. What's her name?
Interesting.
Had she spent the night?
Yeah.
Okay. Did she go to the party with you? The Sigma Chi party?
Yeah, she came over and we hung out in the lodge for a little bit, partied, and then we went to bed.
Did you see Ethan and Xana at the party?
I really didn't see him in the lodge. I saw him kind of like before the party at probably 7 or 8, and they were just hanging out in, I think, in one of the rooms.
That was at 7 or 8 p.m.?
It was a while ago, but yeah, something like that. It was before the party.
You think they were in an apartment?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It was one of the bottom.
Can we stop redacting this? Like 99% of these redactions are completely unlawful redactions that go against the judge's orders. Like, Idaho should be held in contempt.
But you didn't see him at the party.
I did not.
Do you remember anything unusual happening at the party? Any altercations or
The party went...
people not getting along?
Party went super smooth, as far as I remember.
Lies, lies, lies. Oh my God. So nobody knows about the fight. Didn't see it, didn't hear it, don't know.
Do you remember if Maddie or Kaylee came to the party? Did you know Maddie or Kaylee?
Not really. I knew of Maddie because she was always at
1122.
And I think I talked to her maybe like one time, but
What about Kaylee?
never met her.
You never met her.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It is absolutely uniform. Every single interview with these Sigma Chi bros. Like, oh yeah, we knew Xana. She's awesome. Blah, 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 blah. Ethan, fun. Not the hardest worker. Getting his grades better. Maddie, seen her once. Talked to her once. Kaylee. Who's Kaylee? Never heard of this Kaylee. Never heard about this Kaylee before in my life. Like, it's every single time. I'm beginning to question whether Kaylee even went to Idaho. Like, this is insane.
What about the other two girls?
And Kaylee, like, again, I've mentioned this several times. She's a head turner. You see her, you're not going to forget her. She's a very attractive young woman. You're not going to forget her.
I knew them too, but never really.
No problems that you can think of with anybody there? No ex-boyfriends? No ever overhear a heated conversation with any of the girls on the phone maybe, or one of them being angry about something?
Nothing I know of. The only thing I've heard of is just rumors about Kaylee's boyfriend or whatever. I've never heard anything personally.
Did you know Katie's boyfriend?
No.
Oh, so you have heard of Kaylee. Okay. Interesting.
I didn't know him.
Okay.
Conveniently.
So when you heard this had happened, what did you think?
I was in pretty big shock.
I mean, when you actually understood that the four of them had been murdered with a knife, what did you think?
I was still in shock, and I was just a little bit scared.
Okay.
A little bit scared.
Did you have any ideas of who might have done this? You ever seen any...
He's either going to say, I don't know, or he's going to start pointing at the delts.
Have any problems with homeless people or crazy people who are over there?
Well, I parked my truck in front of the Whites on the side of the road.
Uh-huh.
And I actually got a subwoofer stolen out of my truck. So that kind of...
That's where I got your name, because I asked about any unusual incidents or thefts, and somebody said that you had a speaker stolen out of your truck.
So...
Was it from inside your truck?
Yeah, I leave my truck unlocked, though. So, I mean, I leave it unlocked because my keys don't really work very well. So someone just ripped it out of there, took my sub, took my amp. And this was probably a couple months ago or something.
You have no idea who did that either?
I just figured it was some crackhead or something. I don't know.
Crime of opportunity. Okay. You've probably seen this vehicle we've been asking about. Do you know anybody who has a vehicle like this?
Is it the white Elantra?
Yeah. Do you know anybody? Boy, girl, anybody's parents, car you've seen? It's distinctive in the fact that both the headlights and the taillights extend back into the body or forward into the body in the case of the taillights. And it's got a really distinct body line up under the windows that comes up at an angle and sticks out pretty far.
There is nothing distinctive about a white Honda Elantra. There was like 20,000 of them in Idaho, and I think in Moscow.
I don't know anyone personally that has this car.
Okay.
Where was the car parked at, you guys?
So I can't talk about that. Okay, I'm going to show you a knife. It's a pretty unique looking knife in the way it's colored and the way it's made. If I can get the screen to open.
Those bastards are really trying to fit a square peg into a round hole.
Do you own a knife like this, or do you know anybody who does own a knife like this?
No,
Hell
no.
no.
Is there anything else that you'd like us to know that we haven't talked about yet?
No, like I said, I'm pretty clueless. Everything.
Okay.
Clearly.
Well, given that, I'm going to stop the interview at 2:08.
I mean, it's just the same old crap. I mean, yeah, we love Ethan. Yeah, we love Ethan. He's very popular. This was the first time where we heard like, oh yeah, Ethan. There's some issues with him. That was the first time we heard that. But like, oh, Anna is awesome. Oh, talked to Maddie once. Kaylee who? Like, and the redactions on it. Oh my god, it is insane. The redactions. Like, again, that is in violation of the judge's orders. Names don't get redacted anymore. Only addresses and personal information. Saying that Ethan's parents have a lake house without any sort of an address is not redactable. It is not personal information. This Peter guy, I'm growing interest in this guy. And yet Wesley goes back and says, oh, I don't know about anybody who liked Xana. Beforehand, it was Ethan and Ethan only. So now I'm growing interest in this Peter guy. I can almost guarantee you the other 3 videos that's coming from Connor with the Sigma Chi, it's going to be love Ethan, we love Xana, talk to Maddie once or twice. Kaylee who? It's going to be that every single time. Watch. Because at this point, it is all rehearsal. It is dressing. There is nothing of substance there other than the freaky unison chant that they're going to be doing each and every single time. That is it. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when the next video drops. I'll do a reaction to it. If you guys enjoyed this one, then I'll continue doing it in this particular style. But till then, we'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode talking about something Possibly pertaining to the Idaho 4 case. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But until then.